here we go, boys. Finally, the main event of the evening. Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy Pimblett. Now, I've been a big fan of Paddy Pimblett. I'm a fan of Justin Gaethje. Ooh, his hits straight up. He about to get knocked out, potentially. Ooh, that hurt Pimblett. That hurt Pimblett. You better shoot. You better shoot. Justin can fight this all day. He can do this all day long. Oh! Oh! All right, here we go, boys. Sean O'Malley taking on Yadong. Here we go. Ooh, nice right hand from Sean. So hard to track Sean. So good about going lateral and parallel. Takedown. There's guillotine. Oi! Oh, you should have stayed with the Sean. There you go. Triangle that shit. Luis, that sniper shot. Sean needs to touch and move. Move. Song just needs to jump on Sean. Like, get on him and not allow him to keep touching and moving. Because once he puts Sean on his back, Sean will try to go for a guillotine or omoplata. When he does that, his hips open up. That's when you look to pass and wrestle him and get him tired. Yep. Nice. Sean's got it. Sean won the fight. Here we go, boys. Finally, the main event of the evening. Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy Pimblett. Now, I've been a big fan of Paddy Pimblett. I'm a fan of Justin Gaethje. I have Paddy Pimblett win this one. I am hurting today, boys. Your boy's taking a lot of L's. Here we go. Ooh, his hits straight up. Ooh, he about to get knocked out, potentially. Ooh, that hurt Pimblett. That hurt Pimblett. Oh! 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 He lit him up. You better shoot. Oh, he threw uppercut. You better shoot. You better shoot. Shoot, you fucking. Oh, good Lord. If I can hurt you and you can't hurt me, then I'm always gonna take that exchange, especially on the feet. He's gonna exchange the uppercut for overhand right. That's what Justin Gaethje's gonna get him with, I bet. He's gonna go uppercut and he's gonna go overhand right. A good exchange. Oh! Oh! He's gonna jump the triangle. Not that yet. Ooh, nice elbow. Ooh-ease. Yeah, that knee, the hips can generate so much more so much more power than uppercut can. Like, I'm shocked Paddy has not shot a double leg. For how good his grappling is, I'm very shocked by that. Ooh, Paddy's hurt. Paddy's hurt. See, this is where, like, the MMA, it's like you have such a clear advantage over somebody in grappling. I just feel he does, but he can't get him there. There we go. This is Justin's. Justin can fight this all day. He can do this all day long. He'll do the jab. He'll come behind it, get close, and then he's gonna get you close to the octagon. He's gonna start fighting you with his hands. He's gonna hit you with the right hand. That's what he does. You don't have the fucking hands to knock him out. And he's pulling away. For somebody with good grappling, it's like, go underneath, shoot a takedown. Stop trying to fucking grab. He's trying to fight a bull that you don't have the power to beat the bull. The bull is strong there. Shoot, creep. Oh my God, they're just beating this shit. It's just so crazy to me. I just feel like Paddy just is such a better grappler on top. Like, if Paddy gets him down, he's gonna pass guard, knee ride, look for a mount, look to a triangle, look to armbar. If Paddy had Justin in Justin's position that he had Paddy, I think Paddy's gonna try to do Dars or on an Anaconda or something. I think you fucking sausage coming after me, you helmet. See, he shot when he was hurt. He didn't shoot when he was fresh. If Justin just goes around the back, start working the Dars, start working chokes. Go around him, Justin. Just go around him. R&B to both of them. Paddy is tough as fucking nails. I give him that. He goes right hand. Fucking right hand. Right hand. Yeah. Justin Gaethje won that. I think Paddy Pimblett did not follow the corner's game plan. Great fight. Now, hopefully he can fight Ilya, or he'll fight Ilya's gonna knock the fuck out. I think Ilya knocks him out. Okay, boys, all done with this. Let me get in the office and chop this up and give you guys my final thoughts. So when we look at UFC 324, great card overall, but we had PrizePicks going up because PrizePicks is sponsoring this video. Now it's very simple. All you gotta do is go to your app store, download PrizePicks. When you do that, use my promo code MIGHTY. Very simple. It's more or less. So we made picks for tonight, and we came up short. We're at 2 out of 3. So we took Sean O'Malley with less significant strikes for round 1. He only landed 16, and we went with less for significant strikes with Justin Gaethje overall, because we felt that Paddy Pimblett was going to take him down, get the submission, and end the fight. But Justin Gaethje went over with 144 significant strikes, landed on Paddy Pimblett. And then we also went with more on total rounds with Paddy Pimblett going over 2.5. So we got 1 wrong, but we got 2 right. It was fun making the picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Now, shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the breakdown of my final thoughts of UFC 324. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We just got done watching UFC 324. Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy Pimblett, and it was a great fight. It was a very good fight. A lot of good fights on the card, a lot of strategic fights on the card, and some kind of interesting fights how they went, to be honest with you guys. Okay, let's start for the very first fight. Nurmagomedov taking on Figueiredo. Now I know prior we had Sean O'Malley on the Mighty Cast, so we talked about who's next in line for that world title shot, right? You know, you have a guy, Nurmagomedov, who is on a 2-fight win streak. Only loss coming to Merab, and then you have Sean O'Malley, who just beat Song Yadong. But Nurmagomedov, I felt if he was going to go out there, and I mean, he won, but it wasn't impressive. You know, obviously Figgy is always dangerous, right? Figgy did a good job of not allowing Nurmagomedov to get that takedown. You know, you saw him, he had his hips back. He was really putting a lot of effort in to not get taken down by Nurmagomedov. That's why I felt like Nurmagomedov wasn't able to succeed with the takedown. But Nurmagomedov was able to succeed with the push kicks, with that nice, beautiful question mark kick from Southpaw and Orthodox. But he was able to control the fight and end up getting the victory over Figueiredo, even though Figueiredo came in overweight. So we got that one right. We picked Nurmagomedov. The next fight on the card, Silva taking on Arnold Allen. I felt the first round Arnold was doing a good job controlling him. He kept doing a good job of going on the arc when he was Southpaw and Orthodox. And sometimes you gotta you have to look at your opponent by, okay, what are they good at and what are they going to excel in over me? And it's not an ego thing. You have to take a step back and, okay, I know that Silva is very explosive. The spinning back elbows, can put some combinations together, and he hits very, very hard. Not once did you see, you know, Arnold when he's in tight, boom, run the bars guard, or step deep when you get a body lock, or just shoot a double leg. Even if you fail it, it gives your opponent something to think about. But Silva was able to use that athleticism, great combination, going body to the head, uppercut. One thing I like to think about is how, you know, fighters are fighting like, oh man, good job, and they slap hands. Arnold was not having any of that. But Arnold was able to have a little success in the fight, but at the end of the day, Silva was able to be just more explosive, way more powerful, and land the better shots that end up putting Allen down, and didn't finish him, but you know, it was kind of clear. I gave Silva rounds 2 and 3, where Arnold, I believe he got the first one. And at the very end, Silva jumps on Arnold Allen's back and rides into the surf and rides it to the victory. Now, the next fight on their card, you had Derek Lewis taking on Acosta. This was a very interesting fight. Obviously, Derek Lewis is older. He's 40. Doesn't really have a lot of tools in his repertoire, meaning that he's not going to get you in a clinch game. He's not going to blast a double leg. He's not going to drop down for an ankle lock, anything like that. Where Acosta was the younger guy. He had the speed advantage. And the first round, Derek Lewis just couldn't get to him. He just couldn't put anything together, did across the board to actually get to Acosta. Acosta, each time Derek Lewis would come forward, he would back up, throw a couple jabs, move, quick jab, quick jab, quick jab. That's what he was doing. And so there was nothing Derek Lewis could do. Second round comes, Derek Lewis slips. And once he slips, he's almost like he gives up. Maybe he blew a knee out or twisted an ankle, I'm not sure. Acosta passes guard. very slowly, and then there goes Turtles, and then Acosta just ends up finishing him, hitting him to the ears and the back of the neck, which is totally legal. As long as you're connecting the ear, it's all legal. So Derek Lewis loses, Acosta goes on. Now, let's get to the co-main event of the evening. You got Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Song Yadong. Now, this was a unique fight because I felt Song Yadong would have the advantage on the ground. And I felt Sean O'Malley would have the advantage on the feet. And when I did the final predictions, I had to give you guys a prediction because I've trained with both those gentlemen. And the biggest thing, it was all about who's going to execute their game plan. And Sean O'Malley is a master on the feet with sniping people going left and going right and going angle and not avoiding the fight, but putting himself in a position where he's able to capitalize on you trying to get to him with his beautiful 1-2 and his 2, that knee up the middle. He creates a void between him and his opponent where you have to come and get him. Now, if the way you counter that is, 1, you got to be the same length, or 2, you just have to run like a bull at him like Merab does, not give him a chance to set up the shot, or you play that distance and you don't let him get to you. You just keep on moving. It turns out to be a boring fight, but at least you have a better chance of getting to him when he tries to get to you. It's almost like when you trying to get to Sean's always going to do this and do this and do this, do this. But if you stay here where Sean tries to get to you, you move out. But when he tries to get to you, you close that distance. You close that void when he's trying to get to you. It's a very hard cat and mouse game you have to play when you fight Sean. But Sean did a good job of just going lateral, moving, keeping Song always guessing, and end up winning the fight. Now, let's bring back to the first conversation I had to start the show. You know, as sporting wise, I think Umar Nurmagomedov deserves a title shot over Sean O'Malley. Just sporting wise, he's got 2 wins in the division. Sean's got 1 win in the division. I would love to see Sean versus Corey Sandhagen. I think it'll be a banger fucking fight. We've already seen Umar Nurmagomedov fight Corey Sandhagen, so it'll be good to see some fresh blood, and you get Sean O'Malley versus Umar Nurmagomedov. But if we're looking at an entertainment value, if we're looking for what is going to get the people excited, what's going to bring more seats, put more butts in the seats, you got to go with Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan, just for the entertainment value itself. So I wanted to give you guys those 2 things. And I was watching a thing earlier today, and they said, you know, when you come to Paramount Plus, they're not too concerned about the sport or mixed martial arts. They're more concerned about the entertainment value, and that's what they're here for, is for the entertainment value, not the sporting aspect of mixed martial arts. So if you want to go entertainment value, you got to go with Sean O'Malley. If you want to go to the sporting aspect and the merits and who's got the most wins, consecutive wins and a win streak in a division, I will go with Umar Nurmagomedov. But let's go to the main event of even. We have Paddy Pimblett taking on Justin Gaethje. Now, this is a very unique situation, I feel like, because you have the number 1 contender sitting in the stands, Armor Surikin, who's been on a mayhem of side quests, and not just the side quests with the wrestling, but also the side quests of the media this man has been putting out. I think this man was more talked about this whole week over than Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. But and then you have Ilia Topuria, who is dealing with his stuff that he's trying to take care of as well. So you got Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is good at grappling. He's a very, very good at grappling. And I felt that he deviated from the game plan, meaning that if I was in his corner, you're going to move. One, Paddy's had to get his hands up. Paddy does a good job when he's fighting people who are shorter than him. When you fought Michael Chandler, that he keep his hands down and he move his head back and pop. But he's got to keep his hands up here. I like the traditional look where you can move, you can elbow, you can throw your right hand, right, left, high kick, push kick. You're just way more. This is standard. This is like the best option. But I still feel like he deviated from the game plan where I think he felt that he was going to be able to knock out Justin Gaethje, and I just don't think Paddy Pimblett has that torque. Not saying he can't do it, I just don't think he has the torque to knock out a guy like Justin Gaethje, who's been in wars with guys like Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Max Holloway's knocked him out. He's knocked out Dustin Poirier. He's been in wars with Eddie Alvarez. He's just been in a lot of wars on the feet. But when you look at some of the things that, you know, Khabib did to Justin Gaethje, he made it look easy. He took him down, you know, past his guard, mounted him, and triangled him. So I thought Paddy Pimblett was going to be able to do the exact same thing when you look at the things he's been able to do to his previous opponents with his grappling ability. But Justin Gaethje did a good job doing what he does best. He has this weird side when he goes in. He throws the right hand like this, like a cat's paw. He was catching Justin Gaethje. He was catching Paddy Pimblett over and over and over again with that right hand. And Justin Gaethje is really dangerous inside that clinch area where he'll get his head in here and he drops his head like this every single time. And he goes here, he goes jab, and then he tries to get you with an uppercut, overhand right. So each time him and Paddy Pimblett will separate, all you gotta do is look for the right hand. Right hand. In between rounds, Paddy Pimblett's corner said the right thing, and the same thing I would have told him, and the same thing Matt would have told me if I was in Paddy Pimblett's situation, is you have to take the shot. You have to commit to the single leg. You have to commit to trying to get this fight to the ground on your accord, not when you get dropped or you get hurt, then you shoot, because you're shooting injured. You're a main animal, and you're not going to be able to boom blast a double leg, like pop boom and a double leg. But Justin Gaethje did a good job of keeping the fight on the feet, hurting Pimblett over and over and over again with the right hand, catching the left foot, hitting with the left hand. Now, I feel this just punches his ticket to the opportunity to become an undisputed world champion. Is he going to fight Ilia Topuria, or is he going to fight Arman Tsarukyan? And I think the right thing is for him to fight Ilia Topuria, but if Ilia Topuria is not ready, I'm not sure if Justin Gaethje wants to defend an interim championship. I think he really wants that undisputed, and hopefully we get Ilia Topuria. Now, when I look forward to Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, I think Ilia Topuria is just way too disciplined on the feet. I think he has the knockout power. You look what he's done against Charles Oliveira. You look what he's done against Max Holloway. Ilia Topuria is very strategic, disciplined, where he's going to have his hands up. He's going to pot. He's going to get a look at what's going on. I just feel like he's a way cleaner boxer, and he puts his combinations together, 1, 2, 3, nothing overzealous. But a fight's a fight. Anybody get knocked out. Now, how does Arman fit into this? I think Arman is at the beck and call of the UFC, meaning that the UFC dictates what's going to be next for Arman Tsarukyan. I think he should fight Justin Gaethje next, but like I said earlier, I think Justin Gaethje might hang on to the undisputed. He might wait for the undisputed opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria. So if that happens, you're going to have Arman Tsarukyan keep going on these wild side quests by doing more media and also doing more grappling, which is fine too. I wish he would get the opportunity to fight Justin Gaethje, and then those guys can decide between Justin Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan if whoever wins can fight Ilia Topuria. And then, you know, like I said before, I think Ilia Topuria beats Justin Gaethje. I just think he's way too disciplined on the feet. His combinations are cleaner. He's younger, and he can take a shot and he can give a shot. So, but it's a fight. Anything can happen when it comes to a boxing match. But overall, good way to kick off the Paramount. If I had to rate this card, I will probably give it, you know, maybe a 6, 7, because we don't really know what's going to happen next. There's still so much. Is it going to be Sean O'Malley versus Umar Nurmagomedov? Is it going to be Umar Nurmagomedov versus Peter Yan? Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen? We're not sure or clear cut. Or even with the main event with Paddy Pimblett, you know, we know what happens to him. He's going to go back down the list. But is it Arman Tsarukyan versus Justin Gaethje? Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria? We just don't know. I think with the Paramount Plus, I'm not a fan of the commercials. Like, it's very hard for me. Like I said, I was sitting there, I'm like, we started watching these fights at 6 o'clock. I was hoping to be done by 8:30, but we didn't get done to fucking 9:30. So, but anywho, guys, if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live, and we're going to have a special Mighty Cast where me and Michael Wonsover and potentially Nick Pappas recap the pay-per-view and look forward to the next pay-per-view. Or we might have a special guest, my boy Aljamain Sterling. He's out in Vegas right now partying, so we'll see what happens. We'll see you guys at the next video. Oos.